Let's now shift our attention to the other big story that we are tracking on WION. As several major donor nations of the refugee agency UNWRA have now put on pause the funding, a United Nations official has warned that it will not be able to continue with its services and operations in the Gaza Strip and across the region beyond the end of February. Now, according to reports, Israel has accused the United Nations agency officials of collaborating with Hamas and has claimed that at least about 190 of the UN staff had doubled up as Hamas and Islamic Jihad fighters. Now, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres met with the head of the internal UN investigations to ensure that an inquiry into the accusations made by Israel takes place as swiftly as possible.
Weekend, the United Nations is taking swift action following the extremely serious allegations made against several staff members from UNRWA. The contracts of those staff members directly involved have been terminated, as we told you on Friday. An investigation by the UN's Office of Internal Oversight Services was immediately activated. The Secretary General has remained very active on this issue throughout the weekend and this morning.
Meanwhile, international mediators, which include the likes of Qatar, Egypt and the United States, are pushing for a new ceasefire deal. Expressing his confidence in the new pact, the U.S. Secretary of State has said that the latest proposal to release hostages in Gaza is pretty strong and is also pretty compelling, according to the Americans. And this has come in the backdrop of the CIA Director, William Burns, meeting with Sheikh Mohammed, as well as with the heads of Israel's Mossad intelligence service and the Egyptian intelligence.
I believe that the proposal that is on the table and that is shared among all of the critical actors, of course, Israel, but also with Qatar and Egypt playing a critical role in mediating and working between Israel and Hamas. I believe the proposal is a strong one and a compelling one that, again, offers some hope that we can get back to this process. But Hamas will have to make its own decision.
In response to the proposal, Hamas has said that it is currently going through the deal, which has now forwarded at the Paris meeting. The Hamas leaders have added that the group is in the process of delivering a response. On the battlefront, the Israeli commandos, disguised as Palestinians, killed 3 individuals inside of a hospital in the city of Jenin in occupied West Bank. CCTV footage that's been circulated online shows around a dozen Israeli troops who walked in wearing the clothes of the hospital staff, including 3 women in clothing and 2 dressed as medical staff. They paced through a corridor of the Ibn Sina hospital with assault rifles. And our correspondent Jody Cohen has sent us this report from Ra'anana in Israel. Listen in.
A growing list of countries have suspended their funding to UNRWA following allegations of UNRWA employees participating in Hamas's 7th of October massacre in Israel. And further allegations are being presented to the US Congress on Tuesday. Israel is suggesting that it isn't a few bad apples at UNRWA, but institutional ties between the organization and Hamas. Germany has suggested that there are other routes to get aid into Gaza, and US Secretary of State Antony Blinken said the world has not seen such a situation in the Middle East since 1973. That year saw a coalition of Arab states attack Israel, and Defense Minister Gallant has indicated that Israel is now defending itself on 7 fronts. In the latest, Israel said it has killed 3 terrorists in hiding in a Jenin hospital, who it said were planning another 7th of October style attack against Israelis. Meanwhile, there's been no breakthrough yet in the hostage release deal negotiations, which are expected to continue. This is Jody Cohen for WION World as One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.